attend the California Cannabis Business Expo, also known as the Marijuana Investors Summit. It was really interesting and I'm super glad I had the chance to go. I wanted to bring this video of highlights to all of you reefers who couldn't make it and really encourage you to go and attend a business style conference centered on cannabis. It's really interesting to not only hear about moving towards legalization, but actually running a legal business once those laws have passed in your area. And the more experience and the more knowledge you gather before those laws passed in your area, the higher advantage you have when they come around. So I would definitely encourage everyone to check out something like this in your area. I think this might have been the first annual of this particular event, but there was a really interesting debate that I'm super glad I had the chance to hear, because I have just never seen anything like the arguments that this gentleman has presented. So I actually have the debate in a completely separate video because it was just that crazy. It needed to be on its own. But I hope you can sit back and toke along with these highlights from the California Cannabis Business Expo.
David, can I ask you to tell us a little bit about, you mentioned that you've been looking into this area for a couple of years, and you've been looking into the health, the insurance area. What have you found? Because for those of us, looking as insurance clients and patients and this sort of thing, there's not a whole lot out there. And it's basically, insurance will pay for your doctor visit, right? But really, in terms of any medicine, it's a no-go.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be quite a long time before you're going to see any insurance companies cover cannabis as a medicine. Certainly, no chance until it's federally legal. But we are seeing, though, is a little bit of movement around the doctor visits, integrative therapies and integrative clinics that focus on non-traditional medicine or that do holistic physical evaluations and things like that, that happen to have cannabis as a component of the diagnosis and the medical prescription, are now at least attempting to submit those invoices to the insurance companies. I think, just like with banking, it's a lot of don't ask, don't tell. I think as the insurance companies get wise to it, you're probably going to find that they are going to decline a number of those, but we are seeing some clinics that are being successful in treating that condition along with other conditions. It remains to be seen whether that's going to be a long-term thing or, but I think from a health insurance perspective, the lion's share of what we're finding out there is that it's going to be very difficult to make any movement towards insurance companies jumping in on this, certainly in the next 3 to 5 years.
There's like real food here.
medical marijuana wasn't FDA approved. And I mean, that's,
Right.
one of many federal hurdles to overcome, but that was what they
I think the prescription itself and prescription drugs in general are becoming more and more difficult. I mean, a lot of insurance companies are forcing generics, and I don't really know what the generic for marijuana would be. But
Yeah.
I think one of the things that's important to recognize is that, like the marijuana laws, insurance is legislated state by state. So Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois has nothing to do with Blue Cross and Blue Shield of California. So there's some positive movement in that regard, because as the states bring it on, then the insurance companies are able to look at it in an individualistic way. But I think in order for it to have any traction, it's going to need to be removed from the Schedule I list, which basically the definition of a Schedule I drug is that it has zero medicinal value whatsoever. So I think that's kind of inherent in the problematic issues that we see around it, is that when the federal government schedules it in a manner such that it says that there is no medical value, the last thing you're going to see is insurance companies tripping over themselves to try and pay for it. But I think the traction is going to be found more in the doctor's visits and the medical evaluations and the consultations around marijuana as an alternative therapy when it's combined with other things. So you go, and there are certain insurance companies that will cover acupuncture these days.
Right.
So that same doctor who prescribes the acupuncture may prescribe marijuana. Again, the marijuana won't be covered, but the doctor's visit may become more coverable. So I think that's the area where we're focused on engagement with the insurance companies, and that's what we'll be looking at over the next couple of years. But